Mic check, mic check. Sorry, Amanda, I just saw this. Check, check, 1, 2, 1, 2. Check, check. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. Mic check. Mic check, mic check.
Porter's Mountain View Supply, your local experts in fire and water. We got everything you need for new installs to accessories, and don't forget our great selection of stoves, grills, and spas. We've been serving Wyoming for over 40 years, so you know you can trust us for quality products and expert service. Visit portersmbs.com or stop by our Riverton or Casper locations today. Porter's Mountain View Supply, located on 750 East Sunset Drive in Riverton.
Hey, grab me one too.
Living well isn't just about things. It's about the things that matter. Your family, your friends, and your health. For decades, Sage West Healthcare has been committed to improving the health and care of our communities. Today, we're investing more in our communities, in our people, in advanced medical technologies, and in specialized facilities, so access to better care is close to you and the things that matter most. Sage West Healthcare. Be well, live well. That's why we're here.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland.
Welcome into Central Wyoming College, where you see Pink Day, Pink Night, Pink Game, whatever the terminology you want to use. It is the Pink Game for Central Wyoming College. And why not host the conference frontrunner, 15th ranked in the country, Casper College. Good afternoon. I'm John Gabrielson, joined by Devin Davis, and we welcome you into a team that's on a 3-game win streak and another team that's on a 7-game win streak. And the last time they played each other, it was Casper getting a 5-set win, winning the 5th set 16-14. So you have probably two of the hottest teams in Region 9 getting after it today in a key conference matchup.
Man, I tell you, just having watched the stream of that game against Casper College, the Rustlers came out and just kind of owned Casper College, then fell in a little funk and were up quite a bit in the 5th set. So this is a beatable team. It's kind of a surprising team to me, John, don't you think, with Casper?
You know, and Angel Sharman, she never holds anything back. She'll just tell you like it is. This is one of the endearing qualities I like about the longtime coach is she's like, we're finding ways to win. She really likes this group. They're hard workers. And it doesn't hurt when you've had the offensive player of the week several different times on several different sides of the net. So obviously they are playing well at the same time. Not unbeatable, obviously, but certainly very good.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to go through conference play without a loss, and you just kind of wonder when that's going to happen. I guess I'd like for it to be this afternoon.
I think a lot of black and orange / pink fans would like to see that today as well. Going to look at just a couple hundred yards north of here on your screen. That is the CWC men's soccer team taking on Cwc. That game got underway about 1 o'clock. The scoreboard is on the other end of the field, but near as I can tell, the Central Wyoming College men's team is out in front 1-0 on Cwc. Now they beat Cwc at Cwc, which I think is the first time that's happened in boys history, on the road, and now they get to host them here. First home playoff game for both men and women, so we'll keep you abreast of those games as they go on. But again, that is a live look in at the CWC soccer field. There's a corner kick coming here for Cwc, and it's taken out of there by the Rustlers on that corner kick right there. And CWC again holding on to a 1-0 advantage in that ball game right now out back here at Central Wyoming College.
What a great year for the men's and women's soccer teams, and it was a really good turnaround with 2 new head coaches.
And 2 of the youngest head coaches in the country, I might add, with I think Ben's the ripe old age of 22 or 23 on the ladies' side, and Marcus is the wily veteran at the age of 25, 26. So those 2 young coaches doing very well and getting the team out into the situation that they are in. And again, we'll go take one more look at that's what's going on out back of the Central Wyoming College Gymnasium right now, just separated by a parking lot. That's the Protec building you can see in the background there. That's the automotive, the welding, and cosmetology school at Central Wyoming College there. And the gym would be directly to the right. If you just took a right turn from where you're looking, you would end up a couple hundred yards later in the gymnasium where we are at as Central gets the ball out of bounds. You can kind of see the scoreboard off in the distance there. And one crooked number on the board, and that's in favor of CWC right now, and we'll have people get us up to date as that game goes on. This broadcast possible for us, and that is the and in Casper, as a matter of fact, hosting Casper here tonight. PortersMVS.com on the interwebs. Our pregame sponsor, Buckle Up for Life Wyoming. They'll give us some stats in this ball game. Fremont Chevrolet scoreboard will be showing up on your screen here in moments, and we'll also have the Bailey Enterprises post-game show coming your way. Versus Casper coming your way right after this.
Hot Springs Health is dedicated to providing quality care close to home. Our Riverton Clinic offers comprehensive care, specialized pre-post natal care, or dedicated family medicine. Hot Springs Health is here. We also provide pain management, joint manipulation, and immediate care for your acute needs. And for those important milestones, we also offer all types of physicals for sports, Department of Transportation, and pre-employment. Hot Springs Health Riverton is located at 2002 West Sunset Drive.
Since 1964, Atlantic City Federal Credit Union Federal Credit Union, serving all of Wyoming with the same trusted team and values. We're enhancing our focus on simple, smart, seamless banking for our growing community. Join us as we elevate financial possibilities for all Wyoming residents. Grand Altitude Federal Credit Union. Reach new heights. Visit grandaltitude.com.
Fremont Therapy Group has been a proud supporter of Wyoming athletes for over 25 years, providing highly trained clinicians to treat athletes and their families one-on-one. Locally owned by therapists, Fremont values commitment to community. Our services include hand therapy, orthopedic therapy, pre and post rehab, and aquatic therapy, and more. Set up an appointment today in Lander, Riverton, Green River, Rock Springs, Saratoga, or Rollins. FremontTherapyGroup.com.
Porter's Mountain View Supply, your local experts in fire and water. We've got everything you need for new installs to accessories, and don't forget our great selection of stoves, grills, and spas. We've been serving Wyoming for over 40 years, so you know you can trust us for quality products and expert service. Visit PortersMVS.com or stop by our Riverton or Casper locations today. Porter's Mountain View Supply, located on 750 East Sunset Drive in Riverton.
Back at Central Wyoming College, John Gabrielson, Devin Davis, and let's take a look at the standings as they are updated. And I talk second half separation. That's where yesterday was the first game of the second half of the conference slate, and teams starting to separate themselves now a little bit. You've got Casper, Cwc, and Central West and Western fighting to try to get into that fourth spot where Eastern Wyoming is. Top 4 teams will go to the Region 9 tournament. No more play-in games, no more 8 a.m. games at the venue. It's be top 4 and go, or don't go, basically. But you see Casper 19-7 overall, 7-0 leading the way. Laramie Casper and Cwc, the teams that are above them. But chance for Central to I'm not going to say climb even with Cwc because they play Western today, and Western has that lone 2 wins on the season, kind of struggling, is Coach Fredan Soto's team. But chance at least to stay pace with that team, even though you've got to go there next weekend to Eastern and Cwc.
Yeah, I mean, It seems like every year it comes down to that last few games for Central Wyoming College. Usually it's that way, really, from top to bottom. You probably have one team that's just to qualify for Region 9, so no different this year.
Yeah, absolutely. And Casper comes in ranked 15th in the country, as I said, 7-0 in conference play, 19-7 overall. Casper won the first meeting 3-2, winning that fifth set. It was Aubrey Hackett that led the way with 20 kills for them that day. Peyton Caruth, probably their leading killer. She had 14. Casper had 4 aces. Diggs. On the other side, Workman and Presley Ryan. Rachel Workman and Presley Ryan had 14 kills apiece. Nora had 13, so they spread it out well. They also had 10 aces to help out, and Hallie Johnson had 38 digs in that match and still came out on the wrong side of the equation of that one. And they'll battle it out here again today. As I mentioned, CWC at 5-2 in the conference. Exact as they were yesterday. Quincy Matthews, the setter, wears number 24 out of Payson, Utah. From Fillmore, Utah, Nora Rasmussen. She said she is the first from Fillmore to go on and play college volleyball.
Oh, my gosh.
By the way, as well. Sarah Maservi wears number 5. She's from Spanish Fork. Santa Quinn, Utah, that is Presley Ryan wearing number 8. Mapleton, Utah, Rachel Workman wears number 23. Number 25. Reader Johnson wears number 13, and I have the wrong graphic on there, so I'm going to get that out of there before you saw it. It was the Gillette Pronghorns roster, but it was the same starting lineup, so I just went with the same starting lineup tab that we have going on here today. Caruth and Hackett are the ones to watch. Caruth 291 kills, Hackett has 222. Caruth pretty much kind of when you need a point, it's going to go your own identity as a Caruth somewhere else. And so Peyton will graduate in December, as a matter of fact, and she'll still have 3 years of eligibility at a D4, at a D1 school if she wants to go on. But out of Kelly Walsh High School, Peyton Caruth is kind of the one they say, this is when you need a point, you're probably going to look to her to do that.
Well, everybody knows, anybody that knows Wyoming volleyball knows Peyton Caruth,
right.
And she's just always been the one to serve it up, and she's just a tough player under pressure.
Wyoming Cowboys have scored a 23-yard touchdown run, and the same guy that scored the game-winning touchdown last week, as a matter of fact, Tillman. And Cowboys awaiting the PAT, but they lead Air Force with $1:29 left in the first quarter in a windy Colorado Springs, 7-3. Also, Coach Sharman in her 211th year at Casper College, and I say that affectionately. She is the senior veteran of the coaches in Region 9, and by a long shot as well. And why stop a good thing? I mean, she has been very successful at Casper. They finished 10th in the nation just a couple of years ago, and does very well and recruits very well and loves what she does. So, like I said, why stop doing a job you love? And she's been at Casper for a couple of decades now, and just keeps on winning.
She just replaces. You think, okay, they're going to have a down year. That's kind of, I think, what everybody thought. They had a really strong team the last couple of years, and she just replaces those kids and finds kids like Peyton to come in and fill. And I just laugh, and I probably say this every time, but Coach Davis had some girls that Coach Sharman was recruiting when she was at Wheatland High School. That's
Exactly.
That's how long ago this has been. So she's a great coach.
They are at halftime, and Central Wyoming leads LCCC in men's soccer 1-0 out back of this venue. So congratulations to the soccer team on good first 45 minutes now.
Yep.
Keep it up.
Hopefully one goal is enough, right? But another whole half of play.
Second half will be coming up. We'll keep you posted on that. And we should be, maybe wrapping up about the time that the women's team will take the field. They're supposed to play at 3:30, but this one may last a little longer. Last one lasted a lot longer than an hour and a half. Let's head downstairs. PA announcer Jacob South.
For college and the Central Wyoming College Wrestlers. First, before we announce to please rise for the playing of our national anthem. Thank you. Now, non-starters for Casper College. Number 3, Anna Jorgensen. Number 4, Isabella Paz. Number 7, McKenna Lorenzen. Number 8, Berkeley Richards. Number 9, Gabby Hearn. Number 10, Ava Udis. Number 12, Lily Weideman. Number 14, Ali Henne. And number 16, Emma Volmer. Starters for Casper. Number 2, Peyton Caruth. Number 5, M. Molinex. Number 6, Gemma McNamara. Number 11, Aubrey Hackett. Number 13, Benina Leota. And number 15, Mina Kostic. Casper is head coached by Angel Sharman. Now your non-starters for CWC. Number 1, Cameron Dennison. Number 6, Paige Tolman. Number 10, Ella Svensson. Number 11, Kennedy Nosey. Number 12, Lindsay Stewart. Number 13, Hallie Reeder. Number 16, Emily Van Ginkel. Number 19, Brindley Birch. And number 22, Kendall McFadden. From Fillmore, Utah, number 2, Nora Rasmussen. Spanish Fork, Utah, number 5, Sarah Maservi. From Santa Quinn, Utah, number 8, Presley Ryan. From Mapleton, Utah, number 23, Rachel Workman. From Payson, Utah, number 24, Quincy Matthews. And from Farmington, Utah, number 25, Lena Whitney. The Rustlers are head coached by Kim Davis.
Kim Davis in her second year as the head coach. Third year.
Yep.
Third year as the
right.
head coach. Her and Angel Sharman shaking hands at midcourt. And we are about ready to get things underway. Jacob South, our PA announcer today. Steve Barlow, our athletic director, is out back with the soccer programs as they're playing out back. In the front-running 15th ranked team in the country, Casper College, dressed in their black uniforms with pink numbers, taking on the pink uniforms with black numbers, Central Wyoming College. Central in pink, Casper in black, and Casper on the left side of your equation. Thanks to Gordon Ferris, our camera operator up here in the box today. I believe Neil is directing again today. I've not heard otherwise on that. Amanda Nikoloff in the new media class. And there are television producers, directors, staff, crew, and everything else. So we definitely appreciate them putting in their work on a Saturday. The Casper College bench. I ask Coach Sharman every year, I like to interview the other coaches and say, hey, tell me about your girls. And she was telling me that Ava Udis can touch 10 foot 2 inches, which is 2 inches above the rim, which is about 2 feet higher than I can jump.
That's the big number that I think most coaches go for is, 10 foot. If you have a 10-foot touch, you're recruiting her basically. Right. So, 10-2 is unbelievable.
Yeah, and Ava wears number 10 as a non-starter. The libero is McKenna Lorenzen. And 15th ranked, 7-0 in conference. Casper to serve to start us off. Rasmussen throws deep corner.
What a save.
Caruth
Holy cow.
Nice dive on the end line. Matthews goes to the ground to pick that one up. Rasmussen down the line through the hands of McNamara. And Central with a 1-0 lead. Boy, that was a great save by Caruth along the back row, but
out of nowhere, kind of.
Central came back to score the point.
I think you're going to see both of these teams just really scrappy and work their tails off defensively.
It's kind of all interesting that it's all pink and black out there except for the libero uniform for Hallie Reeder Johnson, who is in the traditional Central black, white, and orange as that service error goes long and we're tied at 1 apiece. First service error of the game as high risk, high reward. Nora, one of our best servers, sends that one out. Isabel Paz serving. Rachel Workman is blocked by Caruth and Hackett. The 1-2 punch.
Hackett is 6'2", so definitely a formidable presence at the middle blocker.
Out of Layton, Utah, I'm assuming has seen a lot of our Central Wyoming College girls in club volleyball. Presley Ryan tallies the second kill of the day for Central as she hammers it through. Hallie Reeder Johnson got married in the off-season. Shows up in the stats as Reeder, shows up in the program as Reeder-Johnson, shows up on other rosters as just Hallie Johnson. Aubrey Hackett tools the block and scores the point. Mina Kostic from Belgrade, Serbia, checking in. And serving goes Hackett. Goes at Hallie. Near side, Presley tallies her second kill of the day as she sends it through 3 different Thunderbirds to the ground.
You know, when you look at this Casper team, though, they're just so well balanced. I don't know if they really have any weaknesses, and that's going to be the hard part is to figure out where that is.
Caruth first swing, blocked but out of bounds.
Almost blocked back down. Good job by Lena and Quincy to get up there in front of her and put up a strong block. Just went out of bounds just a little bit.
Ava Udis checks in, like I said, number 10 in the middle of that pack right there. Can touch 10'2". I know Joel Kindle loves Texas volleyball. He was telling me there's one of the gals can touch the box on the basket, the box that's around the rim that you see there. She could touch the top of that, which is like 10-8 or something. Whitney goes deep corner and it's out.
Good ball movement by the Rustlers. They just kept swinging and distributing it.
You know, you're talking about no weakness on Casper's side. I'd be hard-pressed to find a, quote, weakness on the Central side as well.
That's very true.
Serving Leota, the setter. Presley roll shot is blocked, but out of bounds. 3 kills, Presley Ryan here in set number 1.
Two good teams out there. You know, it's just watching the very good volleyball. People, I think, would be surprised at how good junior college volleyball is, especially here in Wyoming.
Ryan goes at Caruth. They'll go middle. Udis picked up by Johnson. Outside, Rasmussen goes cross. Too far. 6-4, Casper College with a 2-point advantage. Peyton Caruth to serve. 57th meeting between these two teams. Casper leads it 38-18.
Wow.
And as lopsided as that is, let's not talk basketball. The Thunderbirds in basketball have pretty much owned Central Wyoming College over their decade and a half or so of sports being back, as Lena Whitney punches one over with her fist and scores it. Lena, double major, criminal justice, psychology. She's also a security worker here at Central Wyoming College. Middle finds a hole. Nice play by Mina Kostic, the 6'2 sophomore from Belgrade, Serbia.
She a returner from last year, played really well for the Thunderbirds last year.
You know, as well as Casper has led the series 38-18, Central has won 6 of the last 10. Casper, though, has won the last one. Maservi, nice dig. Another nice dig by Central. Rasmussen is blocked, but Presley Ryan in the back row. Maservi goes deep corner past the diving Caruth and scores. Great placement, Sarah Maservi.
You know, I think it's always, you watch the middle blockers, and it's great to have somebody who just swings hard, but being smart is a huge part of being a middle blocker.
Cerebral volleyball.
Yep.
7-6, Casper the lead. Back set is deep and out by Udis. She's out of Vineyard, Utah. And we are tied at 7. This is the 4th tie of the match already in game number 1. One lead change after Central had taken the early 1-0 lead. Udis blocks, tapped over. Quincy comes in to get the second one. Back sets Maservi, touched twice by Mulinax, and then blocked by Maservi.
Just kind of tried to roll it over, I think, and Maservi read that. Right place, right time.
And good hang time
Yep.
as well to stay up there. A, to read it, and then B, to stay up there. Swing, and that one's out. From the middle, she went to the left side, did Hackett. It sails wide, and Central with a 9-7 advantage here in game number 1. A couple of other games today. Northwest is hosting Gillette as that serve by Quincy goes out. And the service error number 2 on the Rustlers will make it a 1-point game. And then LCCC is hosting Western Wyoming. I watched Eastern and Western a little bit to get the final score. They were both wearing the same color pink. It looked like the Pepto-Bismol bowl with everybody on the court was wearing pink, and it was hard to tell who was who, as Rasmussen will tally.
Well, that's how it was last week. I watched us play Western Wyoming.
Right, exactly.
All right, we want the pink team to win.
7 kills by Central makes a 7-3 advantage in kills. Central is doing very good in terminating right now. Tapped over, can't fire, great job. Poked over by Ryan. Matthews was there to dig it out of the coals of the campfire. Matthews, back set workman, has to adjust. I think it hit the antenna. And we are back to a 1-point game. Returning to the lineup.
I think Quincy really could only go that way, but Rachel just didn't really get in position to get a good approach.
Paz will check in. She is from Lima, Peru. Isabella. Jump serve. She is listed at 5'1", by the way. Good dig by the libero Lorenzen. Blocked by Central, and it's in. Oh, it's out.
Wow.
Coach Kim going to get the green card out. It's tied 10-10. She's not going to get the green card out. Did you see it in or did you see it out?
It was going to be a really hard one to tell.
Caruth throws it out of bounds, and Central gets the point anyway, 11-10.
Both teams really aggressive and at the net, and that's what you expect, but also having a fair number of errors. You want to watch that, don't you?
I do.
Holy cow, they're blocking Caruth.
Another
and there's
block.
Another block.
Sails wide. I'm going to watch one more time because I think that was... Ooh, I still think it was in. I think she should have challenged that. She said she's 0 for 1 on challenges, did Kim. And she basically did that for a timeout.
Wow.
Rachel Workman caught Casper on their heels. Really didn't know where that was going, and they all watched it fall to the pay dirt.
Kind of looked at each other, and
I did ask Coach Sharman, I said, how are you on challenges? What's your record? She goes, I'm pretty good. I said, she thinks she's only lost one, and that one bounces in front of Dennison, and the kill by Casper.
Coach Davis has only done one challenge. Is that what she said?
That's what she said, but I don't know if she's just remembering the one she didn't win, or 12-12 our score. 7 ties already, and a service error sending it long.
I
was
tell
Leota.
you, though, I think just being around Kim, I think she, I think she thinks there's a more negative to the possibility that you're going to win. You know what I'm saying? We talked about how much time it takes and changes momentum and everything else.
Caruth throws it. Dennison is there. Rasmussen off the block. Tallies another. 9 blocks for Central. Nora Rasmussen, her 4th kill. Presley Ryan serving. I asked for 10-second talents. She said, my dad is shaking hands with the president.
Really?
Like, well, that's not really your talent.
No.
But and I want to ask. I didn't ask her which president, so need to ask that question as well. Back row, Presley Ryan, diving play by Lorenzen, and then another block. Whitney and Nora Rasmussen in there, and a timeout called. Coach Sharman. Central out in front of the 15th ranked team in the country, 15-12 on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard here in first game action from Central Wyoming College. These two teams, again, one of the 3 games in action today, as Northwest is hosting Gillette, and then you have LCCC hosting Western Wyoming today. Eastern has the bye.
And I think that Northwest Gillette game is kind of a big game, right? Because I think if you lose that one, if you're either team and you lose that,
yeah, that just puts you further behind.
It's going to be hard to claw your way out. So for those 2 teams, they need as big a chance as they can get.
Yeah, every W, especially on the home court, is big. This is a big game for Central as we're looking out at the Central Wyoming men's soccer match as they have started the second half of that ball game. Central was leading 1-0 at the intermission, and I'll try to get you a score on this one as they are just back underway, and it still looks like it's 1-0 Central as they are in the second half of that ball game. Central with a 3-point advantage. Udis gets high in the air. They thought they pancaked it. Referee says no. Molinax back into the contest. Caruth goes back to serve. Asked Coach Sharman. She had got a line on where she wants to play. She goes, nope, being courted by a bunch. So we'll see what happens. Whitney gets blocked. Rasmussen moving in self-defense mode, pulls it back. Another block. Casper says you got to hit it higher than that if you want to get it on our side of the net. Swing, Molinax deep. Presley is there. Good job, Ryan. Rasmussen blocks. Johnson digs that one up. Boy, the block party by Casper has come alive. Lorenzen, and a free ball comes over from Molinax. Set Rasmussen over the top of the block. 2 players collide, but Casper's going to get a free ball and send this one over to Central. Ryan, Matthews, Rasmussen blocked. Dennison is there. Ryan, middle. Dennison sends it over. Long rally. Central, I think, was like 5-0 on these yesterday. Cross, saving it, Matthews. Ryan to Rasmussen, blocked, but Johnson is there. Campfire, and they're going to call Central for the double on that.
You're kidding me. After all that, that's what you're going to end it on?
And I think it's the set over almost always gets that double call, doesn't it? On the first hit, like something like that always seems to get that.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Casper wins the first long rally of the afternoon. And then they'll add to it with an ace by Caruth. And
Coco and
she will add.
Presley kind of looked at each other right smack in the middle of them.
She is a 2-time offensive and 1-time defensive player of the week, Peyton Caruth. Leads in kills per set, number 2 in kills overall in Region 9. And that was her 32nd ace of the season she just hit, by the way. Matthews set middle, Whitney blocks. Boy, Casper has got their blocking alive out of that timeout as they have blocked everything. Back row, Caruth, roll shot right in front of Johnson. She got a piece of it, but Casper has taken back the lead. And Coach Davis will call a timeout for CWC. 1 timeout apiece at 16-15.
It's been a fun game, hasn't it? You see both teams kind of taking their punches against the other one and battling. Those blocks really shut down Central here in these last couple of points.
Yeah,
so
ebbs and flows, certainly living up to a billing of a couple of conference frontrunners.
That's exactly right.
Battling it out. Meanwhile, out back of Central, it's hard to believe it is 48 degrees outside looking at that day that we see out there. Central midway through the second half with a 1-0 lead. Ouch. Jumped over the back of that young man on that play.
LCCC always has had a great soccer program.
Perennially,
yes,
they have been powers.
Yep,
for sure.
So to play here at home and have a lead,
30 minutes and change in trying to protect a 1-0 lead for the Central men's soccer program. Casper out of the timeout has scored 4 straight into another timeout, and they were behind 15-12 at the TO, and now they're up 16-15. Set middle, great job, Ryan. Back row, Reeder. Caruth is there. Cross and a kill by Mullinax. Tallies.
Well, I think a big part of this has been Cruz serving, and it's been really hard for us to get a good first pass to the setter.
32 aces on the season for the Kelly Walsh graduate. Jump serve floating. Dennison goes back to get it. Right side, Whitney blocked again. Nora goes cross. Lorenzen is there. Mullinax off a block, picked up by Dennison. Rasmussen powers that one through, finally past Kostic and Udis. They have been putting up a pretty good wall there. Udis only 5'10", but we said touches 10-2, and Kostic, who's 6'2", they've been blocking everything, and Central finally breaks through, and they trail by 1. Lena used to live in Guatemala that served that last serve. Overpass, Maservi dunks it down. Picked up and free balled over. Casper out of system defense. They're going to scramble back in. Ball ricochets off of Caruth and then the roof. And then Caruth will send it over. Scrappy play. Maservi pushed up in the air. Caruth saved by the assistant coach, and then 2 players almost collided. Leota and Udis, and Central gets that point.
That Casper was all over the floor that time. How many collisions did we have on that point?
Well, and Peyton Caruth was clear back over here in this corner, and then the next thing you know, she's over diving in the bench
she
over there.
She spent some calories on that one, man.
To go, boy, a heck of an effort. And an ace by Whitney, just inside the line in front of Caruth, who let it go right at the last second. Lena used to live in Guatemala. She's skydived. She's base jumped. She loves 80s music. That one is just deep. As she went back to same mode. 18-18 first
She's done
game.
more than me in 19 years. Been 59, man. That's a...
Need to go base jumping.
I know, geez.
Lorenzen serving Casper. Dennison to Matthews. Maservi blocked. Coco picks it up.
Oh, my gosh.
Lucky roll by Matthews. Swing and a kill for Aubrey Hackett. And if I'm not mistaken, that is, it's going to be the 3rd kill for Hackett in this contest. Breaks the tie. 10 kills each team right now. Central has 3 service errors and an ace. Casper now has 2 service errors and an ace as they send that one long.
Kind of like that pink of the libero on Casper. I wish.
That is hot.
It
pink.
is.
That is radiant pink.
Can't miss the libero on the Thunderbirds.
And you can't miss it on Central because she's orange and black in the sea of pink. 19 apiece. Pushed over and tally. Nice play. Aubrey Hackett. Kill number 4. Air Force has kicked a field goal and trails the Cowboys now 7-6. Air Force is 1-5 and Wyoming is 5-point underdogs at a 1-5 team in conference play.
I kind of found that hard to believe.
That makes me mad. See if the Pokes can pull that out. Of course, you got the big BYU Utah game today in Provo. A lot of our listening audience engaged in that ball game as Workman down the front of the block scores the kill.
Yeah, that's what, you got me excited for that game as we were talking about last night, as kind of some of the excitement prior to the game.
Rasmussen serving, health and science major, wants to become a labor and delivery nurse. Mullinax at Nora. Ryan blocks back up off the shoulder of Maservi, but Reeder Johnson can't get in there to make a second hit on it. 21-20. Also a familiar face roaming the gym today. Adam Simon was our athletic trainer at CWC prior to Stephanie Gallagher, and he's here on little contract work today, filling in the volleyball game as the regular trainer Steph Gallagher is out with a soccer program. Ryan
nice hit.
Drills one through Hackett and scores.
This is just playing good volleyball. I mean, it's been a lot of fun.
5 kills already.
5.
Presley Ryan. Set number 1, taking about 27 minutes, and we're still tied at 21 apiece. Outside Caruth, great hang time, and she puts it just inside the line.
She gets up there herself. I would love to see what she touches.
Yeah, she's 5'8", but she jumps like she's 6'2".
Oh, yeah.
Back set, Workman. Nicely done as she sends it off of the diving McNamara.
Man, it's just amazing to watch these two teams battle back and forth like this, not giving up 1 point.
In case you're wondering, that is the 14th tie of the ball game. That one's out just by a whisker, and Central has a 1-point lead with 2 to go. And Coco was the one that said she's always the loudest one in the room, by the way. She wanted to shout out her mom as her biggest supporter and coach through high school, making her a better player. But she serves it long, as I mentioned that. And it will go 23 apiece. And serving is the setter, Panina Leota. Out of Layton, Utah, 5'10" freshman. 23 apiece, floater at Denison. Lena has to stop and adjust. Back set, blocked, but out by Ryan and Whitney. By Ryan and Whitney. And it is timeout. Central. Game point Casper in a match that has seen 15 ties and 7 lead changes in the first game alone.
Each team kind of gets this little surge of momentum, and then the other team comes right back, and love to see the Rustlers come through here. That was kind of that was a costly missed serve by Coco. You had the 1-point lead heading into that, and she unfortunately missed that one long.
20 minutes and some change in the soccer field out back. Central still hanging on to a 1-point advantage. Looks like about 25 minutes left to play in that ball game. And LCCC with a scoring attempt this time, and the Rustlers are going to clear it out of their Central in black, LCCC in the light blue uniforms. looking at the CWC soccer fields.
I think and you probably too. I think I've done most sports on the radio, or never soccer.
No, me either.
And I probably should never do a soccer game.
And me included in that as well. I know so little about the strategy and terminology of the game. It fascinates me, the game, and how physical and just demanding on your body it is. And out of the timeout, a costly service error on the Thunderbirds is going to tie this up at 24 apiece. And that is the third service error of the set, with Presley Ryan serving. Middle. Good dig by Ryan in the back row. Rasmussen free balls it to the back row. Carruth in position for the block was Matthews and Whitney, but Carruth tools the block and scores, and she'll go back to serve. Again, game point.
And we've got a good block on her both times. Unfortunately, that the ball goes sideways rather than back straight down, so they need to just kind of change the position of their hands.
Well, I think they had just maybe shifted, their momentum was carrying that way as they were blocking that way, trying to get into position. Rasmussen ties it at 25 off the block. Rasmussen with 5 kills now to lead the way for Central. Carruth has 5 to lead the way for Casper. 17 ties, 7 lead changes. Whitney serving. Back row Carruth at Whitney. Lena pulls it up. Ryan to the front side. Rasmussen into the net. Game point Casper yet again.
Getting your money's worth out of this first set, that's for sure.
Lorenzen, also a Casper product, serving. Maservi taps it over. Free ball, Central. Can they use this one to their advantage? Rasmussen blocked. Johnson gathers it. Back row Ryan, cross corner. Lorenzen pulls it back into play. Mulinak's cross is out.
That's a heads-up play by Nora. It was very deceptive to me. It was obviously out of bounds, but she read that really well and ducked out of the way because it was headed right for her.
Central has staved off 3 game points by the Thunderbirds. Can they get a lead now at 26 apiece? We're in overtime in game 1.
Jeez.
Leota tapped over. Matthews has his first hit, so Reeder comes to be the second. Lorenzen fields that attempt. Back row, Carruth.
Holy cow.
Johnson self-defense. Rasmussen blocks. Central has it again on the attack. Workman cross off the block. And Central has game point themselves now off of another kill by Rachel Workman. That
All
is
because
her
of
5th.
Presley Ryan, though, clear in the back row, bump sets it perfectly.
Well, and I think you got to give Hallie some credit for taking the Carruth shot.
Yes.
Being able to play that ball. Central for the win. Game 1, Central. 28-26 on a stuff block at the net.
Wow. So I got a little excited. That was probably one of the best sets I've seen of volleyball in a long time.
28-26 Central out in front. They have won game 1. Game 2 on the horizon. Right after this timeout, Central up 1-0 on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard.
Don't leave your future up in the air. Always wear a seatbelt and reduce your risk of death of serious injury in a crash by almost 50%. Buckle up, Wyoming.
Welcome to Fremont Chevrolet GMC Riverton, where we exceed your expectations and deliver the best service possible. Located on Federal in Riverton, we're here to make local car shopping fun again. Explore our wide selection of new and used Chevrolet and GMC vehicles. As truck and trailering experts, we offer a variety of options tailored to your needs. Experience exceptional customer service and competitive prices. Visit our website at FremontChevyGMCRiverton.com to find your next vehicle today.
Welcome to Bailey Tire and Auto Service, your local tire and auto repair specialist in Riverton and Lander. Say no to endless online tire listings and experience the convenience of local service. With unbeatable prices and top quality tires, we're here to change the game. Quality service and expert staff ensure you always get the right fit for your car. Choose local, choose Bailey Tire and Auto, where your satisfaction hits the road.
Hot Springs Health is dedicated to providing quality care close to home. Our Riverton Clinic offers comprehensive care for everyone in your family, from infants to geriatrics. Whether you need a routine checkup, specialized pre-post-natal care, or dedicated family medicine, Hot Springs Health is here. We also provide pain management, joint manipulation, and immediate care for your acute needs. And for those important milestones, we also offer all types of physicals for sports, Department of Transportation, and pre-employment. Hot Springs Health Riverton is located at 2002 West Sunset Drive.
Back to Central Wyoming College. CWC scores the final 3 points of the first set, and they win 28-26 on Pink Night. As you see, not a bad crowd on hand here. Looking now into the CWC huddle. Peyton Caruth led the way for Casper, 5 kills. Aubrey Hackett had 4. Peyton also had 4 digs in the set. 12 digs by McKenna Lorenzen and 13 assists for Penina Leota. Central led by Nora Rasmussen with 5 kills. Presley Ryan and Rachel Workman had 4 each. Presley had 5 digs. Coco had 5, Hallie had 5, Quincy had 4, as they were a 25 digging machine.
Man.
There were 25 digs on the Casper side as well. Quincy had 13 assists as well. But Central staved off 3 game points and then scores 3 points in a row to win first set.
That
28-26.
Yeah, tops of just 2 teams that are very evenly balanced, and both. Like, how many times did you see somebody come out of nowhere to dig up a ball that you thought was down?
Yeah, several times when she was wearing number 2 in black.
Yes. Yeah.
Caruth. But yeah, I mean, Presley Ryan several times in the back row of the Central side of the equation. Hallie Johnson as well as Matthews serving as game number 2 underway. Mullinax blocked. Back out at Mullinax. Overpass, dunked and scored by Mullinax.
That was a tough one to do anything other than that, so.
Nearing halftime at the Academy. Wyoming 7, Air Force 6. Not sure what the discussion was, but they do give the point to Casper, and I thought that's where it was anyway.
Yeah.
Caruth, Mullinax, McNamara, Lorenzen, Hackett, Leota, and Kostic starting the second set. Rasmussen, Maservi, Ryan, Johnson, Workman, Matthews, and Whitney for Central. Good one hand to bring that back into play by Matthews. Caruth blocked, Maservi, and Workman. That is about as hard of and good of a block as you're going to see on number 2.
That's what I was going to say. Just as hard as she swings, the velocity on her attack attempt.
That was a very solid Central block on Caruth. Rasmussen. Caruth blocked again, but that
almost
one goes
another
out of
one,
bounds.
though. It's almost like if you can get her, you know, only converting on about 1 of every 3, then you're going to be ahead, really.
6 kills on 14 attacks, hitting at 286 right now. Caruth, Ryan, cross. That was great offensive ball movement, if you will, by Central. I don't think Casper knew where that ball was going until Presley hammered it down.
Yeah, and that starts on that first serve receive pass. Great job.
5 kills for Presley on 25 attacks. Great job by the center, and another block, Whitney and Workman of Caruth. I think Coach Sharman telling her setter, let's distribute a little somewhere else for a moment.
She didn't really have anywhere else to go, though.
I understand that, and I don't know that I would go somewhere else besides number 2 either, really. Just keep letting her go, and she'll take a lot of mustard off of that one. Whitney's dunks it down. They'll poke it back over. Workman through the block.
This team right now is just playing on all cylinders. You know, they're passing the ball, distributing it. Like you said, you don't know where they're going. Quincy doing a really nice job.
5 kills on 7 attacks. 5-7-1 hitting right now for Rachel Workman. Back set. Cross is going to tally for Kostic. Central was on another 3-point run before this one, going back to Casper. Leota serving. Ooh, nice serve, and it's an ace right in front of Nora Rasmussen.
One of those floaters that just kind of died.
A little deeper at Rasmussen. Ryan uses the block and scores her 6th.
I think that was, John, partially blocked.
You have to have watched the video he was telling us about yesterday. I ran into the Workman family on the way out of the gym yesterday.
Oh, did you?
I said, might have to make one of those for me. And the dad says, be careful what you wish for. And I'm like, well, it's great, film, watching, critiquing material.
Yeah.
He said, be careful what you wish for. And
yeah.
Central gets another point.
Like a scouting film almost, right?
Exactly, kind of.
Scout yourself.
Game film, see what you say a lot, what you don't say a lot. And that's an ace by Coco Dennison. She played club ball with Sarah Presley and Rachel, and now playing college volleyball, and they get a timeout out of Coach Sharman. 7-4 the score. Central leading 1-0 after taking the first set, 28-26. Appreciate you watching on the CWC Rustlers YouTube page.
See Coach Rafferty over there. When do they have their first actual kind of scrimmages?
They actually scrimmaged last week at Salt Lake, and then scrimmaged yesterday at Windsor, Colorado, and looks like we're at about 17 minutes left, and Central clinging to a 1-0 advantage in men's soccer. And the women are in Windsor today, I believe, for their first scrimmage under second-year head coach Keith Wyatt. Yeah, about 18 minutes left in this one. Central hanging on to a 1-0 lead in men's soccer on LCCC.
Kind of hard to believe that we're almost to November.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
It's
time flies when you go to Mexico for 8 days. I missed a lot of the month of October. And then Dennison out of the timeout puts it into the net. Did you give Kim any pointers on reactions? Like we were talking yesterday when there was a huge point and we looked over and she just sat stoically. Like, okay, maybe pump a fist or something a little bit out there. Caruth's serve is an ace. Just down the line and in. 33rd ace of the season. Is their third ace of the game. Central has 2 aces. Rasmussen receives this one. Ryan, good swing. Blocked back at her. Ryan again. Cross. Lorenzen is there. Molinax into the net. 8-6. C-Dub on Pink Night. Central in their Pink Night pinks. Casper in their pink game day blacks with pink accents. Central got the pink game at Western. Eastern had pink game last night.
Did you see that jump?
Yeah, Ava Udis.
Holy cow.
On the outside, that's the one that touches 10-2. And
she got all of 10-2 on that.
10-2 on that one. Cuts the lead to 1. Lorenzen, the libero, Casper, Wyoming. Third in digs and digs per set in Region 9 is Lorenzen. Rasmussen at the 10-foot line, rolls, shots it over. And
another.
Udis with good hang time puts it in front of Rasmussen and Whitney and ties the match at 8, ties the game at 8. 18 ties and 8 lead changes in game 1, 3 ties, 1 lead change in game 2. Central won game 1, 28-26. Nora finds an opening. Leota was going to go work her way in to be the second hit and left kind of Caruth on an island back there, and it falls in front of her. Lena Whitney serving, floats one deep. Udis off the block of Maservi scores the kill.
Man, all of a sudden she's kind of gotten on fire.
McNamara will come in to serve. McNamara out of Melbourne, Australia. Have some Australias and New Zealanders on our basketball program here. Is good dig by Lorenzen on Ryan. Mullinax off the block with tally. And Casper has back the lead, 10-9.
And one thing that I think's led to that, if you've noticed, is that we're not doing as good a job on that first pass to the setter, and Quincy having to work a lot harder.
Coco puts her one on the 10-foot line. Back set Maservi, short in front of Caruth. And it pays off, taking a little heat off of it.
It was almost just like a changeup, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I mean, that's
exactly
basically what it is.
Kind of like just rolled off the table. 10-10. Matthews, 1-0 Central on the 15th ranked team in the country, and Central with their 6th service error of the match. Casper out killing Central 21-20, out digging Central 30-27. Central has 5 blocks to 2 blocks for the Thunderbirds. But Central with a 1-0 lead on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Maservi through the block, quick play. Matthews really had to adjust to go closer to the net, and that made Maservi adjust, and she got a pretty good swing at it.
It really did, and like you said, it didn't get high,
no.
So they didn't have time to set up a block.
11 apiece. Rasmussen serving, back set, blocking down the front of the net on the Central side. Score 1 for Hackett, and that is kill number 5 for Hackett. She also has 2 blocks to her credit today, does Hackett, as she'll go back to serve with a 1-point advantage, trailing 1-0 on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. That one again, just not a great serve receive, as Hallie had to adjust on the fly to bring that one back, and we'll get a timeout on the court at 13-11. Casper out in front. They trail, though, 1-0 as you see that on your Fremont Chevy scoreboard at 13-11.
It really is a huge difference. We're just watching volleyball. If you start to really pay attention to that first pass, that off of the serve, if it goes to the setter, most of the time you're going to get a good kill, and we just haven't been getting good passes to Quincy. What do we got over here?
Under 14 minutes to play. The CWC men still hanging on to a 1-point lead. Is it points in soccer? I know you call them runs in baseball.
No, it's 1-0.
1-0 soccer term right there.
That's one thing I know.
And we'll have a corner kick coming up. We'll go watch that real quick. Corner kick from Cwc. And Central's going to clear house. And look like they took out our goalkeeper. He's down in the goal. CWC's goalkeeper is down, and then somebody throws a ball on top of him to boot. 13-11 here as we're back to volleyball. Ryan is blocked. Workman is blocked but out of bounds. Kostic and Central tallies out of the timeout. And Hallie Reeder-Johnson will serve. Got that right knee braced up. Kind of a scary moment when we thought maybe she was lost for the season on that knee injury as well. Overpass, Caruth dunks her down, and it's a 2-point advantage. Should be a 1-point advantage, Casper. And Leota will go back to serve for the Casper Thunderbirds. Whitney.
Oh man, that's Elena Whitney.
That's vintage Whitney right there. That's from the 80s because she loves the 80s. That was a great job by Lorenzen though, because she got enough of it to get it up to where if someone was near, they could have made a play, but nobody was. And
you just see that swing. It's just a roundhouse almost with Lena. She gives all the power.
Second kill of the evening for Lena, but unfortunately a second service error by Coco Dennison. And it's back to a 2-point Casper advantage. Caruth serving and an ace, her third of the afternoon for Peyton Caruth.
Right now their serving is just kind of picking us apart.
Three of the four aces for Casper coming from Caruth. Ryan down the line and in.
And if you can hit over the top of that block, I mean, that's Kostic. How she's what, 6'2", and then you had Udis over there. That's an impressive kill
feat
right there.
Yeah. And Presley went over and immediately gave Quincy a high five on the set. Central gets a piece of it. Rasmussen scores. And 7 kills Nora to tie Presley for game high honors.
And that's another situation where you could see the Thunderbirds didn't know she was going to set Lena or go outside, and so that works to our advantage big time.
And another service error by Central, and that one is their 8th
of the match?
Of the match, yes. Not of the set, just 8th of the match right now. Lorenzen to serve. They're at halftime at Air Force, by the way. Lorenzen brings that one into play. That one's a joust to the net. And I think it's out of bounds on Central as Molinax kind of just shot it into the block, and it bounces off the block and out of bounds off Central, and point Casper. Heads up play by Molinax. Says, I'm just going to make a play here, see what happens.
And yeah, just kind of ricocheted the wrong direction.
Cowboys up 7-6 on the Falcons at intermission in Air Force country. Whitney, quick set behind her, and Hackett was the only block, and she couldn't block it.
I like how you said vintage Lena, and that's kind of what we've been seeing, which is good. Lane is a huge part of this offense.
Central trailing by 2. Nora in. Kill number 8 for Nora Rasmussen.
Good read on the block to go down the line. That's a tough shot.
Blocked by Naservi and Rasmussen, but out of bounds. Casper point.
She's so deceptive. I love watching Udis because she just kind of jumps like there's no gravity.
Unlike how you and I jump where it feels like there's a lot of extra gravity. Rasmussen taps it over. Great job diving behind the play, McNamara. Central blocks a piece of it. Mullinex blocked again. McNamara again is there. Dennison gets first hit. Rasmussen deep corner. Caruth diving, can't make the play on it. And Rasmussen with kill number 9.
Smart play.
And I think against a lot of teams, those are down. But against Peyton Caruth, those are several times being played. That one she even got a piece of to get up, but just went over the Casper bench. Mullinex throws, blocked by Central. Back row Caruth. Great one hand by Reeder, and then unfortunately Matthews.
Look at that. Kim showed you some emotion.
Showed emotion
there
on that one, just not to the excitement level we would have liked to have seen on one yesterday. 2018 Casper. They have led much of this second set after they lose the first 28-26. Matthews brings it back. Maservi has it blocked back at her. Workman over the block. A couple of Thunderbirds collide. Twice they collide, and McNamara will standing roll shot it over. Workman. Good dig in the back row. Caruth. Kaboom. 3-point advantage. Thunderbirds in a timeout called by Kim Davis and the Rustlers, trailing game 2 21-18 after they won game 1 28-26. And again, history-making day out on the backyard here at Central with a 1-0 advantage. They're under 8 minutes left to play.
So is there a bracket? Do we know what happens?
So the CWC men are ranked 4th, so they get to host number 5. And if the winner of that goes to play this number 1 seed, and the winner of the 3 versus 6 matchup goes to play the number 2 seed next week. And so those they're on the road next week no matter what. Win, lose. I mean, if they lose, they're done.
Right.
But if they win, they will be on the road next week. And the ladies are the number 4 seed as well, as they're hosting Northwest at 3:30 this afternoon. Again, late stages of that ball game right now. Looks like about 7 minutes left in the contest, and Central still hanging on to a 1-0 advantage in men's soccer on the North 40 here. That timeout has been called. We got an injured Cwc player at midfield that was off camera that they're showing now. So serving, pause, right side, Workman. Caruth and Hackett got pieces of it, but they brought it down on their side, and out of the timeout, Central stops a bit of the bleeding. Still trailing by 2. Rachel now with her 7th kill. Caruth blocked. Right side, set went way wide for Hackett. She can't bring it back in. 2 quick points by Central out of the timeout there within 1. Block again. At the net, and they're going to call Central in the net.
That's just kind of one of those situations. Sarah tried to do what she could do, but
I didn't see her in the net.
I didn't really either.
TBH. 2-point game. Hackett serving. And I'm not entirely sure if Hallie's second guessed is this second hit or third hit, and ended up one-arming it and didn't get a play on it.
Yep.
And it's 23-20. 6 minutes left in a Central history-making first-round playoff win, perhaps. Overkill, Workman. Sayonara, that's kill number 8, Rachel. Whitney back in. 2-point Casper lead with 2 to go. They trail 1-0 on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Caruth from back and deep, and then miscommunication by Casper on their side, and Coach Sharman says, we need to talk about this a bit, and she'll burn her last time out.
You know, it's funny when things like that happen, right? That was not a great play on our side. We got it over, but we just happened to put it in a place where it was hard for them to make a decision.
Right, and that was, I mean, it wasn't a hard ball to play.
No,
it was a hard ball to decide to play.
Yeah.
Am I going to do it, or are you going to do it?
Yeah.
And the center was nearby, and that kind of just played into the equation.
You wonder if you could go through, you wonder how many points are decided on plays like that.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that aren't necessarily a great play. It's just team volleyball.
Under 6 minutes to play now. Out north on the CWC soccer fields, Central in black. LCCC is in their light blue uniforms, and Central with a 1-0 lead. Deep play and stopped by the Central keeper on a free kick from midfield. Central
they're pressing it, aren't they?
Remains in the lead. Try to make some CWC men's soccer history, well, add on to the history that they've already made. A winning record, B, a home playoff game, and now can they get a playoff win with one of the youngest coaches in the country. Block comes down on the Central side, and that'll be a kill for Kostic. That one rolled down the tape of the net. Casper at game point. They had 3 game point opportunities in game 1 and could not capitalize as Central won game 1 28-26. Can Casper close this one out now? Serving Leota. Deep. Matthews. Whitney. Caruth off the block, and Casper has taken game 2. On the 9th kill of the game, and the match, I mean, for Peyton Caruth. Central won the first 28-26. Casper wins the second 24-22. We'll be back with game 3 of this Region 9 conference matchup right after this.
Living well isn't just about things. It's about the things that matter. Your family, your friends, and your health. For decades, Sage West Healthcare has been committed to improving the health and care of our communities. Today, we're investing more in our communities, in our people, in advanced medical technologies, and in specialized facilities, so access to better care is close to you and the things that matter most. Sage West Healthcare. Be well, live well. That's why we're here.
Since 1964, Atlantic City Federal Credit Union has proudly served Fremont County. Today, we're Grand Altitude Federal Credit Union, serving all of Wyoming with the same trusted team and values. We're enhancing our focus on simple, smart, seamless banking for our growing community. Join us as we elevate financial possibilities for all Wyoming residents. Grand Altitude Federal Credit Union. Reach new heights. Visit grandaltitude.com.
Fremont Therapy Group has been a proud supporter of Wyoming athletes for over 25 years, providing highly trained clinicians to treat athletes and their families one-on-one. Locally owned by therapists, Fremont values commitment to professionalism, expertise, and community. Our services include hand therapy, orthopedic therapy, pre- and post-rehab, and aquatic therapy, and more. Set up an appointment today in Lander, Riverton, Green River, Rock Springs, Saratoga, or Rollins. FremontTherapyGroup.com.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland.
Welcome back to Central Wyoming College. We are tied up at 1 apiece. Set number 3 coming your way on the pink game for Central Wyoming College. Entertaining the 15th ranked team in the country, the Casper College Thunderbirds, and we are knotted up at a game apiece. Young Rustler fan that was dancing.
She back?
Last night? Oh, yeah, she's dancing. Appreciate Neil and Gordon and Amanda Nikoloff, the professor of new media here at Central Wyoming College. And again, they are about 3 minutes left to play in the men's soccer match going on here at CWC. And like I said, looking at that, it's 50 degrees outside. We're expecting a high of 51 today. That has got to be probably perfect soccer.
I was going to say that. You can't ask. Sunny sky, no wind. You know, it's beautiful. And, you're taking a gamble in middle October in Wyoming.
Yeah.
It could have easily been a foot of snow.
1 apiece. Central won the first, 28-26. Casper won the second, 25-22. On the match, Casper has 28 kills, Central has 31. Central with 8 service errors. They have given Casper 5 points as Casper has 3 service errors. Casper has 4 aces, Central has 2 aces, Central has 5 blocks. Casper has 2 blocks, almost dead even in the digs at 35, Casper 34, Central. Nora Rasmussen has 9 to lead Central in the kills department. Rachel Workman with 8, Presley Ryan with 7. Peyton Caruth has 9, Ava Udis has 6, Hackett has 5, Mullinex has 4, Kostic has 4 to lead the Casper attack. Leota, 24 assists, Matthews, 27 assists, Lorenzen, 15 digs, and leading the way is Hallie Johnson with 8 digs, and there's Mullinex starting things off for Casper with a quick 1-0 kill.
You know, it's interesting kind of looking at some of these Wyoming girls, and I don't really remember her playing for Sheridan, but obviously.
Presley Ryan terminates on the left side pin, and will tie us up at 1s.
Still halftime in the Wyoming game, it looks like.
Yep, 7-6. Cowboys with a 1-point advantage at the break. Back set, good dig, Rasmussen, but it goes over and out, and count the kill for Aubrey Hackett. I think they're under a minute to play in the soccer match. Paz serving out of Lima, Peru. Workman is out. No touch.
She nailed that one.
She did. Got a corner kick coming from LCCC with 20 seconds left. Pause serving. So dig Ryan, Caruth. Can't get it over the net on a little tap. Kind of a good idea, just execution.
I'm kind of surprised, though, she decided to do that. As hard as she hits, I didn't think that was a bad set, but she must have read something.
Right. Rachel Workman to serve. And that's an ace.
Well, Rachel, you know, if you notice, Coco had a couple service errors, and usually 2 service errors, coach is going to set you down the next time, and so Rachel stays in the game to serve.
That is her 8th ace of the season, and it will go into the net, and high risk, high reward, and You saw both ends of that equation right there. 4-3, Casper out in front.
Right, so I guess 1 point earned, 1 point lost.
Back set, Whitney pokes it over. Brought back the other way, but out by Kostic, and we're tied at 4s.
You know, it's almost like if she just wants to keep setting in the front, when Payne's in the front row, if she's the setter would set the other hitter, we'd be okay.
Caruth is blocked, but out it goes.
Wow, that was close.
Not by much, but it's out.
And this is a tough front line for the Thunderbirds with Caruth, Udis, and Kostic.
Yeah, definitely. One of the more formidable ones in Region 9, if not the country. Rasmussen, touched by the Thunderbirds. Back set, Udis, Dennison, and then nobody was ready for a second hit. I'm not sure where the miscommunication happened for Central on that one. Coach Davis looking down the bench, and we're going to see a couple of substitutions checking into the game for Central. One of those is Paige Tolman out of Nampa, Idaho, and also going to see Ella Svensson from Svidalia, Sweden, checking in as Matthews and Dennison come out. Coach Davis shaking things up a little bit after that exchange. Ryan shanks that one into the wall, and it's an ace for Casper, and it's 7-4.
Kind of surprised they, haven't. We see a lot of teams pick on Presley, and that one definitely aimed right for her.
And that one as well. That one she handles. Svensson to Lena, and they'll connect. Past a diving pause in the back row, and Maservi comes back into the front row. And back to serve goes Lena Whitney. (7-5) Casper out in front of game 3. Nearly an ace. Caruth, though, sends it deep. Ryan is there. Svensson back set. Left hand Tolman, and she'll tally. How is it for these kids to sit for 70 minutes on the bench and then come in and not miss a beat? Tolman and Svensson coming in, and just like
you don't get warm-ups, right?
Right, yeah, and that's maybe why the theatrics happen on the bench to keep warm to come in, as Whitney puts that one into the net.
Yeah, the nice thing about Paige is she's left-handed, and so it's you have to make an adjustment on
different pace of blocking on the other side. Caruth almost needs more gym for her approach, and she serves it about 10, 12 feet behind the line even. And Maservi lets Rasmussen call her off, and unfortunately Nora puts it into the bottom of the net. Was a 1-point game a moment ago. Quickly a 3-point lead for Casper College, tied at a game apiece. Rasmussen, good up. Left hand goes out by Tolman. It's a 4-point lead. Looking to see when Coach Davis might use that timeout, and it's right now. Going to take you outside real quick, and we're going to look at a little bit of history unfolding right here with a 1-0 lead. That ball goes out of bounds, and you see the jubilation. The CWC men's soccer team has defeated Cwc for their first playoff win ever in their first playoff game hosting.
That's awesome. That's got to be a super great feeling.
There you see Coach Marcus Horwood in the sweatshirt now shaking hands with the opposing coach on there, and now with the other team. Coach Horwood, 26 years of age, and he and Ben Nelson, two of the youngest head coaches in the country. And the CWC men have advanced after they kind of laid 2 eggs last week, getting beat 6-0 and then getting beat on Saturday by Lamar. But they come up clutch today when they had to in a 1-0 win for the CWC men's soccer team. So congratulations to Coach Horwood and Coach Barlow,
awesome.
the athletic director. A big win for the CWC men's soccer team as they are headed to the second round of the Region 9 men's soccer playoffs. Rasmussen is blocked as we're back to volleyball. Tolman with a left hand. You just got a piece of it. Caruth from the back row, and it is out. It rolled the tape and rolled all the way out of bounds. It hit the top of the net, spun, and rolls 3 or 4 feet on the tape and falls out of bounds.
How that happened, I'm not quite sure. Right?
Great minutes, Tolman and Svensson, who have just exited. Just come in after 70 minutes of sitting, real time, and come in like they hadn't missed a beat in this. Block. Poked over with the right hand by Udis. Workman blocked, and Presley lets it fall to the ground. It's out. How about that play, Presley Ryan? Straddling it almost, watches it fall in front of her, out of bounds.
Their brain works faster than mine does.
CWC women's soccer team will take the field. I'm not sure if they're going to do that in 30 minutes. Oh, great set. How about that set by Leota to bring that one back to let Kostic pound that one down. Excellent play. Seeing some soccer fans working their way into the gymnasium now. Blankets and jackets from the 51-degree temperature outside. Great soccer playing weather, maybe not great soccer spectating weather. Free ball, Johnson goes deep corner to the other libero, Lorenzen. Touched and tallying for Hackett.
Yeah, you know, it's funny because those first 2 sets, Central just kind of was in rhythm, even though we lost the second one. Right now, we just can't get back in rhythm. Kind of that out-of-system type thing, but we're just struggling with the passing. There we go.
That ball not hit very hard by Mullinax. Just crawls over the net and drops in for a point.
And you can't blame anybody from CWC on that one, Ed. Just kind of a little bit of luck on that.
I think this might be the largest lead of the afternoon.
Oh, yeah,
at
definitely.
13-8. And they're going to call, the ball was down, and they'll give the point to Casper. Now a 6-point lead, their largest. 4-0 run by Casper College, and Coach Davis calling a timeout. 14-8.
She's got to be pretty disappointed because of the way that we started off that first set and even most of that second set, going toe-to-toe with this team and making them earn every point. Now it's really we're just making a lot of errors ourselves.
Well, 7 differential in the service errors right now stands out in a match that is, 5-point differential in the first 2 games. You had to win by 2, obviously, but a 2-point win and a 3-point loss, and you mix 7 points in the in the crux of that as well. Central has outblocked Casper 5-3 right now in blocks for terminations.
Definitely you cannot spot Casper College, who's undefeated in conference, 15th ranked in the nation. You can't spot them that.
Right.
You might be able to some other teams, but
it's like you say, that serving game is high risk, high reward.
Yeah.
How aggressive do you want to serve? And Casper's not a team that you want to just free ball it over to him on a serve to put him in system either. You gotta go aggressive and try to get that second hit, that setter moving around. Matthews, Rasmussen, score it. Hackett was there, but comes down on her side and out of the timeout. Central stops a 4-0 run by the Thunderbirds that put them down 6. Overpass, Meserve knocks it to the far corner. Caruth did a great job on that serve to go get it, but the overpass, and Meserve says, thank you very much.
Yeah. Licking her chops.
Rasmussen, ace, top of the net.
Remember that one?
It hits and then falls in.
What one game that we've done this year, she must have hit the top of the net, the tape 4 times at least.
Leading ace server on the Rustlers team now has 34 on the season. Goes at Caruth, and a block, and Central has rattled off 4 in a row, and Meserve with the block, and they're down by 2. Coach Angel Sharman looking on for her team. Rasmussen, another tough serve at Caruth. How about another ace as sailing into this table goes Molinax. Hopefully she's okay. That table hits right in your thighs right over there, and Coach Sharman's going to call a timeout. 5 straight for the Rustlers, and they're back within 1.
So we haven't done really good coming out of the timeouts, though. I hate to jinx them, but I don't
think anybody does good coming out of the timeouts.
That's probably true.
Honestly,
I think we just are focused on it probably more, right? You know, you're just aware of it.
Well, and the Rustlers got to ride this one out. They don't have any more timeouts in this set. So at the 13-point mark, they have no timeouts remaining as they trail by 1, 14-13.
This set seems like it's gone on for an hour.
We are an hour and 21 minutes into the match. The first one took a little over 30 minutes, about 35 minutes to go 28-26. Second one was fairly similar. Rustler basketball, women's basketball, will play a scrimmage at home a week from today. Not a game, but a scrimmage. They don't play games until November as Rasmussen goes at Caruth again. Lorenzen, Molinax from the 10-foot line. Rasmussen alertly gets it. Workman blocks, and it comes off the top of the tape, and I think kind of misdirected, and Meserve couldn't quite track it. And it will be a block for Casper College. More crowd trickling in that were soccer fans, even though the women's team going to play here in a minute. Well, that one by Workman just barely got over the net. Lorenzen will push it over. Reeder, Workman, deep corner. Caruth gave it all she had, but couldn't get there. Great placement. Rachel Workman, kill number 10.
She's probably one of the best on the team at reading the court.
If Central somehow comes away with this win in this set, Molinax is blocked but out of bounds. You got to give game balls, I think, to Svensson and Tolman, who came in only for about 3 or 4 points, but I think Central got 3 or 4 points in the time that they were on the court.
Yeah, and like you said, you know, it's not like you're in the bullpen and you get in warm-up pitches.
That is in for Caruth and company.
I think it just is, we see it over and over again where a team puts a lot of energy into a comeback and they just kind of run out of gas a little bit.
Isaac Smith in the house for the CWC men's soccer team is still in uniform. Came to watch some volleyball. And then Lena Whitney will score for Central. I was looking at Peyton Caruth when I tried to say Lena Whitney's name, and It's a 2-point game. Rachel Workman serving. Workman, tough serve, goes deep. And Central's service errors now at 11. Hackett will serve with a 3-point Casper lead. Largest lead of the day has been 6. They had that at 14-8. And there's service errors that go in pairs, and they trade them back and forth. 4th service error of the afternoon for the Thunderbirds. And Presley Ryan will serve. I asked him, who is a celebrity you'd like to meet? She said, Kevin Hart. We would have the best conversation. I could just imagine how that would go between those two. Caruth is blocked by Workman. Excuse me, it's Matthews. Excuse me, that was Quincy Matthews on the stuff.
I just would like to see the height difference between Kevin Hart and Presley Ryan.
I would like to hear that conversation. We should see if we can arrange that sometime. Do you have Kevin Hart's number by any chance? Overpass, Matthews. Down by 1, Central. Caruth comes in, and Dennison kind of stole it from Presley Ryan in the back row, but I don't think that's one that at that point you're going to let go. I mean, hindsight, I didn't know you were there type of thing. Maybe I should have let it go, but you didn't know that at the time, so instincts take over, and Coco did the best she could. 2-point lead again. Dennison gets it up near the net. Rasmussen, swing, Lorenzen puts it up in the air. Free ball from the 10-foot line. Central trying to use this. Matthews goes outside. Rasmussen, count it. Kill number 11, assist number 32 for Matthews. Kill number 11, Rasmussen.
Kind of climbing back in it again. Just got to keep it rolling.
1-point game, and you have said it, as way outside goes Caruth. It takes a lot of energy to push that comeback rock up the mountain, and to get it over the mountain is even harder.
Yeah, I mean, as you just see right now, at 1 point again.
Yeah, ebb and flow, but at least it's a 2-point game instead of a 6-point game.
That's right. They've done a great job of drawing it close, and Caruth steps back to serve.
Central has out-killed Casper 40-37. Out-assisted them as Caruth uncharacteristically puts one into the net. I've not seen her make many service errors, and that is going to put them at 5 on the game. Excuse me, on the match.
Kind of giving CWC a chance. Holy cow.
About had the errors in pairs, didn't we? Matthews gets first hit. Ryan comes up, gives it to Workman, sends it down the line. Lorenzen is there. Now Molinax, cross. Great job by Hallie, and then the third hit's not going to be there as Workman brought that one too low, too close to the front of the net.
We're just so close. Just need that 1 point, you feel like,
And you're running out of time to get it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of amped up the tension a bit on you as well. Lorenzen to serve. Tied at a game apiece here in game 3, and it's out.
They've had 3 service errors here in the last few service attempts.
Brings them back to 6 for the match. Great job. Rasmussen was almost like she was already going to the floor and then played it from there. Molinax blocks. Maservi.
That's now we're even, right? Like, let's get one more point.
Central does not have any timeouts left. Casper has 1, and that's what the assistant coach for Coach Sharman asking. And the referee tells her, yeah, you have 1. Scoreboard reflects that as well. Tough serve by Rasmussen, goes off the top of the net. Block, but on the Central side, kill to Udis. Substitution coming in, McNamara, 22-21. Matthews middle, Maservi kind of missed it.
Again.
But enough of it to hit the floor on the other side, and we're knotted up at 22. That is the 5th tie of the set. 2 came early and 3 have come late. Johnson serving. Lorenzen steps in front of Caruth. Mullinax blocked off the top of her head. It looked like Lena Whitney with a block.
Look at this now. Casper's calling a timeout.
Whitney with the 9th block of the game for Central. And on her side of the equation for Lena, where is she on my stat sheet? That is her 2nd block of the contest. And Central with a 23-22 lead in set number 3.
Cowboys up.
Oh yeah, Cowboys scored a touchdown in the early stages of that 3rd quarter, and they lead Air Force now 14-6. The over/under on this game is like 58, and right now with 20, we're not gonna get there. But maybe the over/under. The over/under didn't figure in the win, but Air Force played UNLV like 51-48 last week, so the over/under would have been way off on that one. Under.
That's true. Usually, Cowboys aren't scoring a lot of points this year. Air Force normally doesn't, so that's kind of a.
Air Force is pass happy this year, though. They have thrown the ball a lot this year. I think their average is like 200 yards a game passing,
which is crazy. With usually, 3 or 4 attempts the whole game.
It's 200 yards a year. Yeah. only when you need to.
Well, look what his passing is here.
Yeah, 2 for 5, 23 yards right now passing for Air Force. So 23-22, back to volleyball here. Rasmussen from the 10-foot line sends it wide left, and it's tied again at 23.
That's what we can't afford.
Air Force has the ball near the Wyoming red zone right now at the 28-yard line. Pause. Short serve, and it's an ace. Nora tapping her chest saying that was my bad. As she kind of was falling backwards as that one came in front of her a little bit. CWC men's soccer team coming into the gymnasium. Floater serve. It's game point Casper, and Whitney says not on my watch. And it's tied up at 24 again.
Kennedy
Noseep coming in to serve.
Well, Coco missed a couple, right. Rachel missed a couple. Yep. Now 3rd man up here, right?
Floating serve to the deep back row at 24 apiece. Caruth. It's out, but was it touched? Yes. Referee down below says touched. Quincy says no. Coco comes back in for Kennedy.
Kennedy did her job.
Yep, she put the ball in play. Game point again, Casper, and a new server coming in here is Lily Wiedemann from West Plains, Missouri. Going to check in and serve. And much like Kennedy Noseep, you've sat for an hour and 33 minutes. I don't say sat, but you haven't played for an hour and 33 minutes. You got to come in and serve now. And she'll send it over. Matthews brings it back. Whitney sends it over to the Casper side. Caruth tallies, and Casper has a 2-1 advantage as 2 games of the 3 have gone extra innings.
That's woulda, coulda, shoulda. We're up 23-22. And it looked like maybe we had the momentum, and then we just kind of laid an egg there when it counted most. And that's what Rachel said yesterday is, that the end of the game when they're close, they just can't get over to the hump, and that's what they've really been working on a lot. Unfortunately, it didn't show that set.
2-1, Casper out in front of Central. We'll play game number 4 after this break. This is Rustler Volleyball from Rustler Media.
At Central Wyoming College, your future starts here.
Open mic, fade and camera 2, Q Talent.
Join one of the most in-demand creative and technical careers, new media. Live and work anywhere with your choice of thousands of radio and television stations across the country. Travel the globe as a social media influencer. Join a business marketing team or use your new media skills to start and promote your own business. Wherever your dreams take you, it all begins at CWC. Expect hands-on training in all aspects of media production, including video, audio, social media marketing, and web development. Enjoy learning in a collaborative and inclusive atmosphere. Our small class sizes provide one-on-one attention with our expert instructors. Make your way at Central and start your journey to a rewarding career in new media.
Don't leave your future up in the air. Always wear a seatbelt and reduce your risk of death of serious injury in a crash by almost 50%. Buckle up, Wyoming.
Two games to one, Casper out in front. Central won the first 28-26. Casper then winning the next two 25-22, 26-24. And leading the way right now, all killers, is Peyton Caruth, 14 kills. She has 4 aces. She has 6 digs. She even has an assist in the game, does Peyton Caruth. Ava Udis has 8 kills. Molinax has 7. Hackett has 6. Kostic has 5. 20 digs for Lorenzen. 35 assists, Leota. For Central, Nora Rasmussen has 11 kills, 8 digs, and 2 aces. She also has a block. Rachel Workman, 10 kills, 1 dig, 3 blocks. Presley Ryan, 8 kills, 8 digs. Lena Whitney, 6 kills. Sarah Maservi, 5 blocks and 5 kills. Sarah Maservi. And we are at 2 games to 1, Casper out in front. Air Force just put up a touchdown on a 1-yard run, and now maybe we'll go for 2 as they trail 14-12 with 6:39 left. I don't think you go for 2 here yet, do you?
Probably not. No. If you think about it, we talked about it through that last set. If we wouldn't have gone through that little funk period where we got down big time, I mean, most of the rest of the match, we played really, really well, but we kind of went down and struggled to get back up, and we just can't afford to do that against the Thunderbirds. Kind of the matchup we expected, though.
Yeah, exactly. Getting ready to start game number 4. One 0 Casper as we get game number 4 started. We're going to talk some soccer here in a minute. Casper wanted a 4, but referees say no. Rasmussen goes deep, joust at the net. Presley won it, but Caruth is there. Blocked by Maservi again. But here come the Thunderbirds. Caruth from the 10-foot line. Matthews out. Ryan, dig by Lorenzen.
Oh my gosh.
Caruth blocked. Oh. It just falls on the Casper side. Caruth again, deep and out, and Central gets the point.
Good play back and forth.
1-1 our score. Can you hear me okay? Say something for me here if I... No, I don't have him at the moment right now.
You want to trade?
No, I'm gonna do something here as we watch the through modern technology. I think I've got it figured out. Can you say something now?
Hello.
There we go. Good.
Perfect.
We're gonna talk some soccer while we'll let you watch some volleyball here in this fourth set as the Rustlers. Oh, nice play in the back row by Paz. Workman touched and scored it. Tell us your name, young man.
Charlie Jones.
Charlie Jones, you're from England.
That's correct, yes.
And you have just helped CWC men's soccer make a little history.
I know, it sounds good, doesn't it?
Congratulations, it does sound good. What happened last week to what happened today?
I think the boys obviously going into, we were cemented in third place going into our last two games against a weaker opposition. And I think it was just a lapse of concentration, to be honest with you. I think we've just come off 4 wins in a row going into the last 2 games. And to be honest, I think we thought it was going to be easier than it actually was. And I think we've used all that possible energy from the disappointment from last week and put it into today. And we've seen the results. And yeah, I can't tell you how happy I am right now.
You never say a loss is a good loss, but was maybe last week a good wake-up call for today?
Oh, 100%. I say this to the coach. I said, I think going into the game, maybe 6 wins in a row, it questions whether we're going to go into the same attitude as we did last week. But, I mean, I can't tell you how hard the boys worked, and it was fully deserved. And it wasn't the easiest game we've had all year, but it was definitely a nice one.
You won their place 1-0. You win here today. You scored early. How early? How did that goal happen?
It was just came from a counter-attack. I mean, I think I passed the ball into the wing, and then a little cut back to Isaac Smith, who got his first goal of the season. And it was a nice finish. It hit the post and went in. So it was kind of around the 20th minute mark, but it was a great finish and from them on.
Yeah, and then you hung on, and then hopefully, you don't want to get in that situation where now you're just playing defense all the time and playing not to lose. But it looked like we played a lot in one end in that late stages there, but you guys did enough defense to hang on.
No, yeah, I think that's how soccer goes either way. When you're losing the game late on, you're going to try and throw as many players forward as possible. But, I mean, we dealt with it perfectly. And considering how many players they pushed forward towards the end, we limited them to very many chances. And that's just like goes to say how well the boys really played.
Off next week to where, and do we know when we'll play that opponent and where?
Yeah, so next week we finished first in the regular season at Otero at Pueblo's pitch, and this has some deep history. We lost to them last year in the playoffs, so I know me and myself and a lot of the sophomores I'll go in there wanting revenge.
And you played them tough at their place earlier this year on the road too. So I think you have to go in with the confidence that you can spring an upset.
We played really well when we went there. I mean, we were leading until the last, say, 15 minutes. So we know that we can go there and get a result. So we're more than confident going into that game.
Charlie, congratulations on the win. Congratulations on the winning season. Congratulations on making history, on hosting and winning on top of that. And just proud of you guys. And I think a lot of the people that were out there watching are back in here watching, and then we'll head back out to watch the ladies play. But thanks for coming up and congratulations.
Thank you.
You bet. Charlie Jones on the win today for the CWC men's soccer team. And, wow, just a different kind of feeling a little bit when you get something like that, and a little bit of history here for CWC. Catching you back up real quickly, Casper College out to a 6-5 advantage if you're just listening, and then Caruth will tally another ace. And that is the 8th ace of the match for Casper College, and that is her 5th ace of the match. So 5 of the 8
I'm sure they're going to go right
to her.
Kennedy back in the game did a nice job serving, but you always serve the fresh blood.
Yeah, they do again, and they got the better of her again. And another ace for Caruth is her 6th of the match, and Coco's going to sub in for her. And I'm going to welcome to the microphone Marcus Horwood. By the way, Air Force did go for 2, and they got it, by the way.
Oh, my gosh.
14-14, Wyoming and Air Force. Marcus Horwood, head coach of the CWC men's soccer team. Sorry, I'm in the gym. Wrong sport. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. There we go. Yeah, thank you very much. It was a good win. So,
talking with Charlie, I said, what happened last weekend to what happened this weekend? What was the difference? And I guess maybe start with what happened last weekend. And for those that don't know, it was 2 home games that did not go Central's way and ended up costing you a 3 seed to a 4 seed. But, you know, all of that, shoulda, coulda, woulda. You got the win today, but tell me about last week versus this week.
Yeah, I just think last weekend, before the weekend even started, I think potentially when you work so hard for something all year and then you achieve it, human nature sometimes is to take your foot off the gas a little bit in training or in the way you apply yourselves and, you know, your preparation work. So I think it was an interesting week leading up to last weekend. And then obviously NJC is a fantastic team. They just missed out on the playoffs, and they came prepared. But the game, we went 1-0 down off, honestly, an amazing goal from NJC, and then we had chances. We didn't capitalize. They got another one just before half-time, and the game sort of got away from us. But the beauty of already having taken care of business and taken care of what we needed to do was I was able to pull some players and give some other players some minutes and rest some legs. Obviously playing Fridays and Saturdays all year, especially for a lot of this group which are freshmen or didn't play a whole lot last year as sophomores, it's an experience that they weren't necessarily always ready for. So that's
kind of takes a toll on the body.
Yeah, big time. So giving them that opportunity to rest. And then on Saturday against Lamar, I mean, credit to them. You know, they got the win, but sometimes the way football works, like if you don't put your chances away and if you don't do what you need to do, that's football will bite you in the butt. And that's what happened to us. We were winning 1-0. We had 3 goals disallowed. We missed 3 tap-ins. We had 3 cleared off the line. Massive chances that we just didn't capitalize on, and football costs you. And then ultimately we refocused. We reset ourselves up to be able to, you know, attack this week and this game in particular, in knowing that it's tournament football now. You know, I think in March Madness they use at the NCAA basketball level that, you know, they talk about going dancing. They talk about, you know, get into the tournament and then let's go dancing. Let's see what happens. And ultimately that's what our message was it's knockout football now, and regardless of what you've done to get there in the past, or what's gone on, whether you run away with the division or you scrape in by the skin of your teeth, you're in. And we did. You know, we secured what we needed to do, and
And real quick, let's talk about next week and a team that I think once you get to these Final Four, I think it's anybody. I think you guys have played well at their place. You're going to play it at a neutral field, sounds like, but the team has to feel confident that they have a chance going into this.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, Otero, the program they've got down there, they've got some unbelievable players, and kudos to the coach. He's had time to build really what he wants, and the team's a true reflection of him. And they're winners, they're competitors, they're battlers. And I got a lot of respect for him. When we played them down there, we played him really well. We were winning for a lot of the game and followed the game plan very well at that time. And I'm interested and excited to be able to take the boys down. We're a very different team to who we were in our second conference game of the year. Obviously, we're battle-tested, we're tried and tested, we've seen adversity, and I'm very excited to get down to Pueblo, and yeah, go kick it in a semifinal.
Congratulations. Are you 26?
I turned 27 about just over a month ago. Actually,
I lied to everybody.
Exactly
I said
a month ago.
26. Well, happy belated, and one of the youngest head coaches in the country, and reviving a CWI. Well, I didn't even know about reviving, but building up a CWC program. Congratulations on the win, and I guess
I just have to, you know, how is it? How was your first season? How has it been?
Yeah, I mean,
as a head coach.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. It's been really eye-opening. I've always known that whenever my playing days would come to an end at some point, this was the route that I wanted to go, and I've really, really looked forward to it in the spring. I put a lot of groundwork in with the sophomores that were going to be coming back, really attention to detail. And then obviously I spent a lot of time recruiting, finding pieces and finding players that fit who I am, what I believe in. And it's only going to get better from here.
Right.
I mean,
hopefully with what you've done, they're knocking on the door now instead of you having to overturn the rocks to find them.
No, precisely. I mean, 7 wins in our first year, coming off 3 that they had last year. It's, makes me the winningest in a single season head coach ever here. Makes the boys the winningest program in program history. We've got records that are being broken left, right, and center from the guys, and it's credit to them and credit to their hard work. I mean,
and something to aim for next year.
Yeah, no, exactly. And I mean, ultimately, the way I look at it, and I look at this team and where we're looking to go, and so on and so forth. I mean, to quote the late great Kobe Bryant, I mean, job's not finished. Job's not finished. There's nothing to be excited about right now. When these guys have the mentality and they match what I think and feel and believe in, winning a quarterfinal is great. But our whole motto and everything we talk about, we always finish and break it down with win. We break it down with win. And ultimately, great teams find ways to win. And that's what we're going to look to try and do against another great team next weekend in Otero. And then, one game at a time. But job's not finished, job's not done. The boys will enjoy this one today. I'll enjoy the win. But also, I mean, I'd be remiss without saying, I mean, I've got a lot of respect and a lot of time for Fernando over at Cwc. He's got a hell of a team. He's got a hell of a program. I got a lot of respect and a lot of time for him. So I wanted to make sure I got that in there because they played a hell of a year and they're a great team. And yeah, I'm excited to see how our matchups continue in future years.
Go find a way next week.
That's the job.
Amen.
Marcus, thank you. Congratulations.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
You betcha.
Go Rustlers.
Absolutely. Marcus Horwood, the head coach of the CWC men's soccer team, with a 1-0 win over Cwc. They'll go on to the semifinals of the Soccer Region 9 tournament next week in Pueblo, taking on Otero, a team they lost 4-2 on the road at earlier on in the season. So appreciate them coming up. Appreciate you sitting through some soccer interviews while we're in the midst of a volleyball match and let you watch that. And it's a Casper 4-point lead, now 3-point lead as Lena Whitney tallies. Get you caught up on some stats.
That's history. You can't, you said,
exactly.
You can't miss that. I mean, this is awesome volleyball, but that's a huge first for the soccer program.
Yeah, absolutely. Lena getting that kill is number 8 for her. Peyton Caruth, by the way, is up to 17 kills with 6 aces and 7 digs and 2 blocks. Now another kill. Might be the softest one of the night for her as she has 18. And Casper College out to a 4-point lead, leading 2-1 here in game number 4. Riverton Central won the first 28-26. Casper won the next 2, 25-22, 26-24, and now hold a 17-13 lead.
Just kind of, again, just a little bit sloppy play has led to another big lead by the Thunderbirds. Thankfully, a missed serve on that one, and again, we're just going to have to climb back into this one, and it just takes that much more work to get that done.
Presley Ryan serving. Back set. Down the line. And I think the referee, the line judge, indecision, but the near side referee calls it in. And now it's 18-14 Thunderbirds. Central does have 1 timeout remaining. Rasmussen leads the Rustlers with 13 kills. This game is just pretty well dead even down the stat line, as you would expect looking at the score line. Rasmussen, kill number 14. But Central 49 kills, Casper 47. 46 assists to 44 assists, Central. 12 service errors on Central, 8 on Casper. Casper has 10 aces, Central has 5. 58 Casper digs, 56 Central digs. 6 blocks Casper, 9 blocks Central. Dennison puts it over, but nobody's home, and scoring it is Kostic.
No, if you watch it, when we kind of get on a roll is when Quincy has numerous options up front, and they can't tool in on one hitter, really.
Lorenzen serving. Rasmussen pushes it over. There is Molinax throwing it. Left hand picked up by Matthews. Rasmussen cross. Lorenzen is there. Back push. Matthews middle. Maservi off of a diving couple of players.
I don't know. As long as the ball is in the gymnasium, Peyton Caruth has got a chance at it.
Yeah, absolutely. Leota got a pretty good first hit on that, and Caruth went to go get a second hit and give the kill to Sarah Maservi. That is number 6 for Sarah. Molinax pushed in the air by the central block. Back set, Workman, cross, Caruth. Why not? Cross is in. Nice play.
Yeah. Good spot.
Talked with Angel Sharman prior to the match, and I don't remember the context of what we were saying, but she didn't feel her team played very well last night. And I'm like, well, you won like 25-14, 25-16, and then they got behind in the third and came back to win like a 25-22 game, but she just said they didn't play very well, and yet they won fairly handily in 3, and now here they are after dropping set 1, 28-26. They've got Central on the ropes at 21-16 here in game number 4, leading.
It'd be a massive comeback right now. I mean, obviously we've seen the Rustlers climb back in little by little and chip away, but you don't, as you said last set, you don't have much time, really.
Let's go out and look at some soccer going on out in the North 40 here at Central as the CWC women are taking on Northwest College, trying to make a little history of their own. Not only is it their first winning season, it is also their first ever playoff game and their first ever home playoff game for Central. And the scoreboard is obviously in the other corner of the end zone here for me. Oh, I just got a text. 20 minutes gone in the first half and they're scoreless. So scoreless between the CWC women and the Northwest Trappers. Central won at Northwest when they played earlier on in the season, and now they get a home game with them. So back to volleyball here, 21-16. Casper the lead. McNamara the serve, and Nora came in front of Presley, and I'm not sure what transpired there, but a ball goes into the net. (22-16). 6-point lead, matching the largest of the evening. Workman blocked. Now it's a 7-point lead for the Thunderbirds.
I don't know what's happened to this CWC team, but it's kind of falling apart.
Casper will host Gillette Thursday. Central will go on the road to Eastern and LCCC next week. They'll be back home the 29th against Northwest College. And then they'll play their last game November 1st. And there's a cross and a smash by Hackett. And it's match point. Casper College. And Brinley Birch from Montpelier, Idaho, Bear Lake area. Checking in, the 5'8 freshman. Going to come play the back row. Nora out. And the serve goes at Ryan. Game point, Casper. They will set it up for Molinax, and that's how it ends.
Frustrating into that.
A little anticlimactic, if you will.
Yes, I think that's probably true.
Casper, yes, taking a gutty come from behind, 28-26 first game, and then the second two go very close at 25-22 and then 26-24, but you had a lead at 23-22.
That's what I was going to say, though.
In game 3 they lost.
They were in control with 2 points left to score, so you let that slip away. This is not, I mean, you look on the scoreboard, it's not as close as what we just watched.
Coach Davis meeting with her team at midcourt and had asked for a player. We'll talk about that. We'll get you the post game that is brought to you by Bailey Enterprises. Some stats from Buckle Up for Life Wyoming and the final score on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. 3-1, Casper College wins it. Central won the first, 28-26. Casper wins the next three, 25-22, 26-24, and 25-16. We'll be back with your post game right after this timeout. You've been watching Rustler Volleyball on Rustler Athletics.
Welcome to Fremont Chevrolet GMC Riverton, where we exceed your expectations and deliver the best service possible. Located on Federal in Riverton, we're here to make local car shopping fun again. Explore our wide selection of new and used Chevrolet and GMC vehicles. As truck and trailering experts, we offer a variety of options tailored to your needs. Experience exceptional customer service and competitive prices. Visit our website at FremontChevyGMCRiverton.com to find your next vehicle today.
Ding dong.
Mountain Dude?
The mountain is calling.
Citrusy.
Give me a mountain, lots to do. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. All I need is sunshine and that cool, refreshing mountain dew. Yeah, give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
This is your Bailey Enterprises post-game show here on Rustler Athletics. Casper winning at 3-1, the final score. We'll run down some final stats in a minute, but right now Presley Ryan is with us, and 28-26 first game. You guys had game point against you 3 times. You come back and win one. You come back and win that at that point, but then the next 3 kind of go the other way. Talk about, I guess, the ebbs and the flows and the momentum and emotions that go into a game like this.
Yeah, so first set was definitely a high. You come off with a crazy close win and you're ready for the next few. And second set, we kind of let down a lot. Both blocking-wise, we struggled a lot with closing our blocks. We got tooled, but we knew that was their strength. They tooled us a lot last time, and we don't exactly have – it was a little bit of a different game because we had Lindsay last time we played them, so – it was a little off on that, but still, like, we had Sarah in that position. We were still doing the best we could. It just didn't come our way, but third set, we were able to fight more, came short, but we just really need to figure out how to finish against these tough teams.
What was the mindset of the serving? Were we a little more aggressive serving today, do you feel, or?
Yeah, I feel like we started off pretty aggressive. We started missing a few. It could have took off a little bit of the heat, just wanting to get the ball in.
Right.
But overall, we did get a lot of aces despite how many misses we got, and we were trying to serve really tough and get them out of system so that they couldn't use their middles, and it works a little bit, but still I feel like we were more worried about our defense more than anything.
I look at the standings right now, and coming into this weekend, if you say what must happen this weekend, you must beat the team that you're supposed to beat. You did, and then let's see what happens against the team you're not. And you didn't do that, but I think 1-1 is no reason to hang your head on a weekend, especially playing a team that's ranked 15th in the country.
Yeah, but the thing is, we know that they're beatable. We took them to 5 before. We barely lost to them last time, so it just sucks that we weren't able to do exactly what we were wanting to tonight, and that's what happens is that another team comes out on top if they outplay us. So
I thought you guys had a pretty balanced attack in this as well. Nora 14 kills, Rachel had 11, you had 9. You also had 8 digs in there. Lena had 8, Sarah had 5. Sarah also had 5 blocks. So I think it's a pretty good mix of what you guys are doing on offense, but just trying to find that consistency like you mentioned.
Right, yeah, we're definitely trying to spread off the offense because, as you could tell, like, they got a few blocks on us, so we were trying to keep it quick. Pin to pin, middles, like, throw it in there. And sometimes it worked, sometimes we got a little caught, and it was just we came in and we tried our best, but just weren't able to put it down tonight.
It seems like at times, Presley, that you guys kind of implode a little bit. Does it feel like that on the floor?
It's definitely, we've just had a problem with all season consistency, and it's not exactly that we're playing bad. It is just the point where the energy kind of shifts and it's not as much of a high anymore. And that's something that we've been trying to work on a lot, and it's kind of more mental than it is physical. And so that's really something that we've been trying to be more focused in practice and stuff. So it's gotten better through the season, but still we do have our moments, yeah.
Staying healthy?
Yeah.
Grades all good? Shout out to anybody?
My dad is hunting, so maybe not a shout out to him. My family is here. Just kidding.
Do you don't think he's got the game on while he's hunting? You know,
who knows?
Earbud or something. Presley,
Yeah.
thanks for coming up, and good luck next week.
Thank you.
You bet. Presley Ryan of the CWC Rustlers. Again, she had 9 kills, 8 digs, and a block today as well, and even an assist. Good job. You had an assist. Yeah, nice. Central Falls, though, 3-1, thanks to Buckle Up for Life Wyoming for the stats on this game here today. Peyton Carruth ended the game with 19. I'm going to go look at some stats here real quick as you see some final statistics. Peyton Carruth, 18 kills and 6 aces. 8 digs, 6 aces. That's a good game right there when you can serve 6 aces in a match. Mullinex had 10 kills, 3 digs. Udis, 9 kills, 2 blocks. Aubrey Hackett, 8 kills, 4 blocks. Mina Kostic had 7 kills in the game. 25 digs for McKenna Lorenzen, 43 assists for Penina Leota. On the Central side, Rasmussen had 14 kills, 9 digs, 2 aces, and a block. Rachel Workman, 11 kills, 3 blocks, a dig, an assist. Presley Ryan, I just mentioned, 9 kills, 8 digs. Lena had 8 kills and an ace, a dig, and a block. Sarah, 5 blocks, 5 kills in this one. Leading the way with assists was Quincy, 40 assists. She also had 13 digs. Hallie Reeder-Johnson had 16 digs in this, but here's your big score right here, 3-1, the final count in favor of Casper College as they win it, and they go to 8-0 on the season. Central now at 6-3 on the year. They will be on the road to LCCC and Eastern Wyoming next week. Back home again the following Wednesday and Saturday to wrap this up. Final thoughts, Devin?
I think, you know, watching them play throughout the season, those they just, like Presley said, you know, they just have those little times where they just kind of go in a funk, and if they can figure out a way how to do that less and stay more balanced, it's going to be a tough team come tournament time.
Yeah, and that's why you play all these, to get that figured out for when it becomes that second weekend in November as well. Looking at the women's soccer match one final time, see if we can go down to the other side of the field and catch a score and see what is happening between Central and Northwest right now, and we're going to stay in that end of the field. So we're going to say goodbye, but congratulations again to Marcus Horwood and the CWC men's soccer team for advancing. CWC 1-1 on the weekend in volleyball. They'll be on the road next week. Amanda Nikoloff, our new media instructor, thanks to her, Neil Hushbeck, and Gordon Ferris, our camera operator and our director. Devin Davis, I'm John Gabrielson.
Awesome.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. We'll be back here again in a week and a half on a Wednesday night when Central will host Northwest College. This has been a presentation of Rustler Athletics and Rustler Media.